Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we're going to actually be talking about two comments from you guys, and one of them was actually left on last week's video, the week that we did the I'm sorry. Okay, one of the comments was actually left on last week's video, and it was talking about the recall on the fuel pump for the KLR, and I'm sorry, guys. It just cracked me up. He said, hey, it took way too long for you to get to the actual recall, and I Googled it myself to find out what the problem was. But he still took the time to leave a comment, and I'm thinking to myself, well, in the very top of the subject, it tells you there's a recall on the fuel pump, and you still took the time you still took the time to Google it, find out what the problem was, and leave a comment telling me it took too long. So I went back to watch the video, guys. Number one, the video's less than 4 minutes long. Within the first 60 seconds, 65 seconds of the video, I tell you what the recall was about. And I would hate to be so busy in life that 60 seconds was going to screw up my entire day, maybe even week. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I'm just glad that I don't have those problems. So that brings us up to today's video, and what we're going to be talking about today is actually a comment that we received this morning. And I thought, you know what? I've never talked about this. Let's go ahead and just do a video on it, and I'm going to tell you what I told him. His question was, when you're moto camping, do you carry a firearm? My reply was very long, and I'm going to go ahead and share this with you guys, and you guys let me know what you think. But here's my question. Number one, if you're going to be carrying on a motorcycle, you've got a lot more things to think about than if you're in a vehicle. And we're going to start off with number one, talking about carrying legally, where you're at, and with each state. So obviously, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a police officer in your state. I'm not even a police officer anymore. I'm retired. What I am going to talk about is things that you should think about and things that you should consider. I've seen a lot of videos where guys have something in their tank bag. My question is, how do you address that when you pull up to get gas and you need to go to the bathroom at the same time? Because I think if you pulled that out of your tank bag and put it on your person, people are going to see that and probably call on you when you go in to go to the bathroom. I don't like that idea, because you're going to have to move it. Okay, so my reply to him was, number one, I would start with getting some training. If you plan on carrying, plan on getting some training. The training that you're going to get, I would make sure that whatever firearms instructor you're talking to and or person, y'all talk about different places that you could carry on your person. And the reason that it's very important that you carry it on your person is there's no way to secure one on your motorcycle, in my opinion. Even with the hard cases that Kawasaki gives us if you bought the adventure model. In my mind, that's not a secure location, and I wouldn't leave that while I was inside, whether it be eating a cheeseburger, it wouldn't matter what it is. It's just not a secure location. Guys, those plastic bags or the soft bags or your tank bag is only going to keep an honest person out of your bag. I know recently I read a comment on, it was either the Gen 3 tribe or one of the other KLR forums on Facebook, and a guy was kind of asking for donations to help him get a new helmet, because what happened was he's at the gas station taking his break, puts his helmet up here on his mirror like he always does. He goes in to pay for the gas or go to the bathroom or whatever it was that he was doing. When he comes out, his helmet's gone. And he was looking for donations for people to try to help him get a new helmet. And I understand that, and I'm just saying that's not secure. Your tank bag's not secure. So I wouldn't ever leave a firearm on your bike. So when you're talking about carrying legally, and then I went on to tell him a few things that you need to think about because it's going to affect the planning of your trip. When you're moto camping, a lot of your state parks will not allow firearms inside the state park. So how do you address that? You find a camping spot where you can legally have your firearm. Another thing that people don't think about a lot of times, if they've got their concealed carry, they don't really think about it when they walk into the bank to use the ATM. You can't carry in there in a lot of states. Again, you need to know your state. If you're traveling into other states, you need to know the laws in those states. Another thing besides the bank, you've got post offices. Most of your federal buildings, even with a concealed carry permit, you cannot carry into those places. So at the end of the day, basically I'm making this video for two reasons. Number one, if you do plan on carrying, make sure that you're doing it legally. Number two, if you are planning on carrying and you're on a motorcycle, plan on being on your person somewhere, because that's the only way you can actually keep it secure. You can't keep it secure on your bike. The next thing that you need to factor, especially when you're talking about moto camping, if you're going to be going to the bathroom, you're going to the shower, any of these places that you're going to be going to, you need to make sure that you have it with you, because that's the only way you can keep it secure. It's not going to be secured in your tent or your hammock. Those are secured by zippers, and that's not going to work. Again, guys, nothing in this video that I'm trying to explain to you is meant to be discouraging. What I want you to do is think about stuff that you may or may not have thought about, and especially if you're planning a trip and you're planning on carrying, make sure that you're doing it right. Make sure that you're not breaking the law. Make sure that you've gotten some instruction from a trained person. Get some training. A lot of people will take a great deal of pride in posting up their scores from the Motorcycle Safety Foundation or other courses that they've taken on their motorcycle. The firearm is no different. If you're going to be carrying one, I suggest you get some training. I think it's only smart. You may learn some stuff, and there would be something, especially if you're, whoever your firearms instructor is, if he's someone who rides a motorcycle as well, he can probably give you ideas on what he does and how he carries when he's out and about on his motorcycle. So again, guys, this is all food for thought. Leave comments down below, because I know a lot of you guys carry. I know a lot of you guys are carrying and you're doing it right and you're doing it legal. And again, I believe the person that's asking the question is legitimately wanting to know some good solid answers. And I figure instead of it just coming from me, if you guys will take 5 minutes, post down below some of your comments, what you do as far as precautions to make sure that you're carrying safely. And secondary to that is make sure that you're, and it could be either way, safely and legally. So again, guys, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. May you have a blessed week, and let's go ride and have some fun.